Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to allow this video to just go ahead and play. I don't know if she's doing too much language in here. I don't think it's a lot, even if it is some. But I'm going to let the video play, and then we're going to talk about it. So here we go.
Say something. I know it's gonna be mean because it sounded mean in my head when I thought it. It sounded mean now as I'm thinking it, and I promise it's gonna sound mean when I say it. These women, in particular, single black women, raising a feminine ass sons that mannerisms like them, they repeat the fuck out of them. You feel what I'm saying? Period. You feel what I'm saying? And the moment that you say something about the sassiness of their son, eat you up. Like, I wish a bitch would play with my son. I don't give a fuck. And the woof the woo, when he get X, Y, and Z, I wish they would play with the boo. But I wish the bitch would play with my son. They all gonna play with your son, baby. He is sassy. The same way you don't respect sassy men are the same way other women aren't gonna respect sassy men. That's not a respectable thing. It doesn't change because it's your son. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna look at Tyler and say, that's Brenda's big man. You feel what I'm saying? No, Tyler's a bitch. The same way you get online and you say James is a bitch for bringing you sassy energy. Yes, ma'am, Tyler's a bitch too. You feel what I'm saying? I just get so tired. I'm seeing so many sassy little black boys. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all act like being a man is something wrong when it comes to black boys now. You ain't finna tell me all these little white boys that I see out here hunting. I done seen a white boy when we shoot it. Y'all ain't. I'm just gonna say I've seen these white boys. I mean, they still around here raising real men. Even the single white women. They are trying to raise real men. They dropping their men, they dropping their little boys off of their daddies, the granddaddies, the great granddaddies. Bitch, hey, my baby daddy ain't around. I ain't got nobody but my brother. They dropping them off to Billy Bob. And you feel what I'm saying? Y'all, I feel like y'all are purposely trying to raise a level of sassy ass black men and want us to turn around and respect it. No, ma'am. The same way you get up online talking shit about James and his sassy ass, the same way when Tyler get his big ass up on TikTok, don't nobody want to hear that sassy ass shit neither. Period. I'm gonna say something.
Okay, so it was a lot more cursing in it than I remembered, but whatever. Moving on. She's right. She's absolutely right. These chicks are out here raising sons and boys to be the sassy, feminine energy having boys into men. And then when it's their son, you know, it's all good. They don't want nobody to say nothing about it or mention it or shame him about it or shame her about it. Yet, these are the same kinds of men that y'all quote unquote getting on here complaining about. Y'all saying all the men are sassy and you know what I'm saying, men are sassy for doing this and doing that. They feminine, blah, 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 blah. But y'all have spent the X amount of time raising these boys because you don't put them in any environment where men are without you, environments where men are that you aren't at. She's absolutely right when she makes the comparison that black women are not the only demographic of women that have single mothers. White women have single motherhood as well. But the vast majority of them try to send their sons to some man somewhere. They let them do the coaching, extracurricular stuff, sports or something. They take them to their grandfather. They take them to some man in this woman's life that she respects, and she put him over there. Listen, y'all going to tell him how to be a man, because whether she's a single mother or not, white women don't typically hold the mantra of not needing a man or thinking that there's something wrong with masculinity. Because no matter what they get on TikTok and say and what they get on social media to say, they always are going to, 9 times out of 10, they realize they can't raise boys. into manhood. They can maintain them, with a job and stuff like that. But in terms of teaching a boy how to be a man, what men do, a masculinity, a large majority of those white women know that they are ill-equipped for that. I've heard them talk about it out of their own mouths, that this is why they want their son to go to do some kind of sport or something. This is why they want their son to do camping. This is why they want their son to do, back in the day, they were sending them to the Boy Scouts and stuff like that. Anywhere where the boys were coming together in camaraderie under the guidance of men, or they want their sons to go to the military or something like that. Because all that extra sassiness, they don't really support that in their culture. They don't truly support that. They say they support that, but they don't really support that. Not in reality. Okay. So, but Black women, we have perpetuated that there's actually something wrong with masculinity. Now we want the kind of masculinity that serves us, but we don't want the type of masculinity that holds us accountable. So this is where we have this conflict of interest, where we will say out of one side of our mouth that we want these men to be masculine and this and that. But when we see the masculinity, we don't actually like it, because within masculinity has leadership and accountability. And so a lot of times women don't like that. So they will raise their son without the influence of men. Or even if there are men, it'll be like a simp or something like that. Or a soft man, that tell him that, or women can do no wrong and all of that foolishness. But they won't tell him about how to be a man first. Be a man first. Because you have to be a man first before you can be a man to anybody else, before you can be a husband to somebody or a father to somebody. You have to be a man first, and you have to be that for yourself. And these are the things that men do. Men go through life like this. Men have to make decisions like this. Men have to go through things like this. And these are things that a woman could never tell, because she ain't never spent no time being no boy, and she ain't never spent no time being no man. Men have a different way of doing things, that they're just like, you know what I'm saying? Girls, a father can do a really good job of raising his daughter, but he can only tell her what men want out of women, but he can't tell her how to be a woman, because he ain't never spent no time as a girl or a woman. So he can empathize, but he don't know what it is to have all of these feelings and hormones and a period, and he don't know how that is. He know how that works for a boy. This is why the balance is needed in the homes, because each parent has something unique to give. And when those things are missing, you have this imbalance. So you have all of these masculine females, but then you also have these sassy boys. So she not lying. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.